Initialize sequence.
Yo, this Blaze, you down, homie.
This is Jamie Match Rock.
This be the one them called Tech 9. Yo, what up? This is Shags 2 Dope from Insane Clown Posse. This is the genius, Chris Calico.
What up? It's G-Mo Ski. This is Ritz, White Jesus.
It's the Kid Mercury. This is Slain.
Dragon Eyes, Necro, Project Born, Mad Child,
Your boy Jerry.
Vinted. Welcome to the Underground, Australia's home of rap, metal, and alternative music.
What is up, and welcome to the Underground. It is Ned, joined by Dallas hip-hop artist Prynce P. Prynce P, how are you, man?
Doing well, brother. How you doing?
Doing really well, man. Excited to get this one happening and chatting to you. I want to know the Prynce P backstory. You're a big artist coming out of Dallas, Texas, right?
Been doing it for a while, man. I'm pretty sure I'm a lot older than you are, man. So I've been doing it for a couple decades now, man. Yeah.
Hey, man, how old are you, Prynce?
Let's just say that, trying to say, you remember the Bee Gees?
Yeah.
I went to the concert. I'm joking. No, I'm 40.
There you go, man. So you've worked with some of the biggest names in hip hop, though. I was going through your back catalog. Can you let us know some of the people that you've worked with and sort of just the Prynce P story?
Yeah, man, no problem. So I've been doing music since 2002. That's when I started recording at the studio. I've done songs with Paul Wall, who is, Grammy. I've done songs with Lil Flip, who sold 23 million records. I've done a song with Busy Bone of Bone Thugs and Harmony. I've done a song with Spice One. He was actually one of my favorite rappers growing up. A quick story, man. I never forget. In 1993, I took my mom to a place called Sound Warehouse. There was a line out the door, and his new tape. Back then it was tape. That's how old I am. There were no CDs. There were tapes. Out, man. And he had a new single with Tupac called "Jealous Got Me Strapped." And I never forget, man. By the time I got to the front, the tape got sold out, and I was like, man, this sucks. I waited for an hour for this. Crazy thing is, man, who would, when they say dreams come true, man. 15 years later, I'm at the studio in Oakland with them recording a song. You know what I mean? So for anyone watching this, man, dreams come true, man. You just got to be persistent. You gotta follow through. And I promise you, as long as you work hard, dreams come true, man. I've worked with some of my favorite artists growing up. Been in lab. One of my other favorite artists, K Reno. I remember when me and my cousin used to buy his tapes. And, I've done about 4 songs with him. And I was actually in Houston a couple of years ago. We shot a big music video that won an award at a film festival. I'll show you this, man. This right here is one of my pride and joy. This is my album that came out in 2016. It's the biggest hip hop compilation out of Dallas, Texas, with 34 musicians on it. And some of the rappers from Dallas on this are the biggest in Dallas. And obviously you got Paul Wall and a lot of big Grammy and Platinum artists as well too. But as you can see, man, everyone signed this for me. And I'm about to get this frame. It took about 4 years to get the sign, man, because a lot of people live in different places, man. So it was tough. But man, I've done a song for Chuck Norris. I'm sure you guys know the fighter. I did a song for him in 2006. A song of mine won an award from Amnesty International and Congresswoman Johnson and the House of Representatives. It was a song about humanity. And a couple of years ago, I released the biggest cipher out of Dallas, Texas. And I put 14 of the hottest rappers from Dallas on one song. And everyone thought I was crazy. They're like, how are you gonna put 14 First of all, rappers, they're never on time. So being on time today is a good thing, trust me. Other rappers are never on time. You tell them 7 o'clock to show up at 10 p.m. at the studio. So to get 14 people at one place is a miracle of itself, But this song got a placement on the movie. Every Dallas radio station played it. And till this day, it's still the biggest cipher, man. That's another one of my pride and joy. The song that I'm working on right now, man, it's for humanity. I'll give you guys a little teaser of it. It's a letter from 2021 to 2121, 100 years from now.
Oh.
And he apologizing to what we done to it, from all the, we're all getting divided, people killing each other for no reason, pollution, plastic in the ocean. There's so much problems that's going on that I'm apologizing because I know in 2121, we ain't gonna have clean air. We're not gonna have a lot of these things that we have right now. So it's my apology letter to, I'm sorry for what we done to you guys, And another song that I'm working on right now, which I'm recording tomorrow at the studio, it's called Inferno. Inferno in Portuguese means hell, but the song's about going to hell and coming back. And you're a lot stronger. It's with an artist named IQ Music, who broke the record of being the fastest rapper in the world. and also Tilioso. So I'm excited for you guys to hear that too. That should hopefully be on a couple of months.
Oh yeah, I like that right there, man. And you sort of answered a couple of my upcoming questions, man. But I tell you what, one of your sayings that I saw on your website is work until your idols become your rivals. And I really like that right there, man. And that's pretty much what you're sort of summing up right there.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you this, brother. I remember when I first started, you know, obviously you're a rookie, you don't know what you're doing, but you just have an ego, right? I thought my was, I don't know, can we cuss on the radio here? Or
Yeah, go for it.
I want to edit my own words. So I'm gonna try to keep you clean. But man, you know, when I was starting, man, I tried out a bunch of radio station contacting. I was just getting rejected left and right. So anyone that's watching this, man, if you think that I just always been successful, no, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. You're gonna get rejected. You're gonna get rejected. But only the strong survive, man. If you let that hit your, you know, personality, man, you ain't gonna survive in this game because you're gonna get criticized. I had people that tell me, "No, man, this song is not gonna make it. This and that and that." And I'm not too good. At first, I was like, "Man, what's wrong with these people?" You know. But I just kept working and working and working. The same people who told me that you ain't gonna make it were the first ones who buy my albums right now. Were the first ones who were inviting me to the radio station, and I end up rejecting them. I'm sorry, I don't have time to speak right now. You know, and that's not an ego thing, but I was just really busy at the time, you know. But that just shows you, man, if you really work hard, doors will open for you. Doors will definitely open for you. I'm an example, man, because I started from zero and I just worked. When people were out clubbing and partying and smoking out, I was in the studio writing, and just working as hard as I could, man, because I had a dream and I had to fulfill it, man, you know.
Oh, no, very much inspirational right there, Prynce P, man. And, you know, changing things up to a more sort of lighthearted side of things. Loved your Christmas track, Rudolf, the Triple D remix right there, man. Whose idea was this one? And who come up with the whole concept to put it into an animated video? Because that right there, man, gold.
Yeah, that's actually doing really well, man. It already has 40,000 streams in a couple months, man. It's done really well. It was already on our radios. The reason that I actually came up with an animation, one, because there's a lot of people on this song, you know, and I don't know if you guys know what Triple D means. Triple D means, it's a Dallas thing, dirty downtown Dallas. So it's
that's cool.
Dallas, you know. I love Christmas. I think Christmas is one of the, you know, that's when everyone kind of gets happy. And with everything going on in Dallas or Texas and actually the world with the pandemic and Corona, I wanted to create something funny, something comical. I want to make, you know, kids laugh, kids smile. Yeah. And because of everything that's going on, I couldn't get everyone together and record because of, you know, for safety issues. So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I really want to make the video out of this, but what can I do to make this work? Then I was like, animation. So I got to animate it. I wrote the entire script in my car in 15 minutes. Wow. Sent it over. They loved it. They're like, this is it. That was it, man. 15 minutes. That's all it took to write the whole thing.
Oh, that's crazy right there, man. And definitely going to pop that one up on the website for people to check out, even though it's, you know, Christmas in March right now.
It's all your Christmas, brother. We don't die.
Yes, I'm with you on that. Love Christmas. That is all sorts of awesome. You sort of touched on the world and how it is at the moment, Prynce P. What's your sort of takes on the rap scene then? You've sort of been in it for many years, like you've said. What's your sort of take on it in 2021?
Man, rap has changed a lot. I see it as more, you know, it's all commercialized and I just don't see content anymore like I used to. I come from the 90s where people actually, you know, rap, a lot of people don't understand what rap even stands for. It's rhythm and poetry, you know what I mean? R-A-P. And the poetry part, in my opinion, man, it's kind of gone away. There's a lot of rhythm. You have beautiful melodies and beautiful, the beats have turned amazing. The hooks are amazing, very catchy. But lyrically, man, I just feel like people just go in the studio and just throw a bunch of gibberish and like, that's a song now, you know what I mean? And they just kind of dumb down hip hop. But hip hop, to me, man, the reason I got involved in it, because it's you're telling a story about what's going on, you know what I mean? And that's why I still love the underground, because underground, you're able to express what you feel. In 2006, I had a big deal on the table that I could have signed with the label. The label wanted me to change for what they wanted me to be. I said, I can't do that, man. I'm who I am. Regardless if I'm becoming rich or not with music, I'm gonna do what I want to do because it's me. I can't fake it, you know what I mean? So for me, man, I just feel like music these days has no content, you know? No disrespect to the people who are doing it, because if I'm in a club, I would rather listen to that than something lyrical. I don't want to get depressed, but I'm more into lyrical music, man.
No, well, I like that there. Very good, honest answer, Prynce P. And man, we talked about, you doing the whole animation video for the Christmas in last year's Christmas. Lockdown, of course, as you mentioned, was a very tough time. Did you take any sort of positives out of that time?
I did, man. My personality is a type that I don't let things get to me. I try to find the best, possible way to make a situation work. You know what I mean? So me, I've gone through school, I've gone through college. I have 3 college degrees, actually. I thought maybe I should go back to school because I said, I can't really go out and do shows and have fun no more. So I'm gonna go back to school and try to learn something different. I love data. Everything is data these days. So I went back and got me a data science degree during the pandemic. It was a 10-month program, very tough. My entire beard is white because of it. But education for me is huge, brother. Like, I walk 6 miles a day and I connect with nature. And when I'm walking, I'm listening to audibles and I'm just learning and learning and learning. And a lot of the ideas for my music comes from audibles, man. I just come up with something. I'm like, look, I like what she said. I'm gonna turn that into a song now. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to make the best of every situation, man. Pandemic for me was fantastic. Rest in peace to everyone who passed away. I lost a lot of friends to it. Rest in peace to, a lot of people lost their businesses. So, man, my heart goes out to that. But for me personally, man, I try to make the best of it.
Yeah, I think that's all that you can do in those bad situations like that, and tragedy with all the people that did pass away. But it's good that you're able to sort of connect and use it, take some positives out of it, which is always a good thing, man. Now, I want to find out a little bit about you personally. What would you sort of recommend to people watching or listening this, Prynce P? What's something you're talking about? You get out there, you hike and whatnot, or walk and listen to your audio books and whatever. What would you recommend something cool for people to do, apart from checking out your music, of course?
So one thing I should do in life, anyone that's listening, find your life coaches. Find someone who's done better than you and learn from them. That's what I do. I'm no better than anyone else. I just find the right people for the right, whatever I'm trying to do. If I want to be a chef, I find the best chef and I sit there and shadow them. If I want to travel, I find the best traveler and I learn how to, travel like them. I always find someone who is better than me and I try to learn from him. If I'm in a room and I'm the smartest person at this point, I'm in the wrong room. I got to get out. I got to go somewhere that people are smarter than me because I'm trying to learn. So I don't know if you guys know who Tony Robbins is. He's one of the greatest motivational speakers. One thing he said that stuck to me, and I promise this will work for you guys. He said, progress brings happiness. Progress brings happiness. So anytime that I do something that I meet a goal, I cross everything off. When I write it down, I cross that. When you cross that thing off, man, it's one of the most satisfying feelings. You know what I mean? So if you feel down, if you feel like you're not doing something, find something that's going to make you happy. Find a goal and go after it. And go after it. Don't stop until you get it. Because once you finish it, I promise you, man, it's going to bring you happiness.
Oh, yeah, I love that right there. Some really good words, man. And how about a surprising fact about you? What would some people listening, your fans or whatnot, think, wow, that's crazy. Prynce P does this or Prynce P does that. Is there anything that's sort of right out there?
Man, a lot of my stuff is actually out there, man. I tell everyone who I am and stuff, but, as I'll be honest, man, as I have a lot of people around me. With music, I'm always around people, but I love to be lonely sometimes, man. A lot of people can't do that. I love being lonely. I can go to a restaurant, eat by myself. I can go to a movie by myself. I need my alone time. I have to my alone time because that's when actually my mind finally shuts down and I can start thinking. A lot of people, man, you're always around there. There's always people around you, this, that. But the fun thing is I love my alone time, man. And people get shocked when they're like, well, you're kind of like a loner. I'm like, man, I love being lonely sometimes. I like to be by myself. Because that's when I can find, and I love the darkness, man. I love to be around, like my place is extremely dark. And people are like, why is your place always dark? That's what I think the most, man. People get scared, like, why are you always in a dark place, I'm like, darkness for me, man, it brings happiness. That's when I can think the best. That's why a lot of studios for artists is dark because you can think more. For me, I like to be lonely. I like to be in the darkness. It's the opposite of most people, man. I know it sounds weird.
It's funny you say that because I've spent many, many years in radio studios and whatnot, and it's like my happy place too. You're sort of locked up in the bat cave.
Weird, brother. We're both weird like that. Yeah, man, it's an artistic thing.
Alrighty, my man. Well, you've got 2 big tracks coming out this year. Very much looking forward to that 2021 that's going to be crazy. The 100 Years Later and Inferno, of course. What else is in the cards for the remainder of this year?
I got a lot of travels coming up because, I travel every 3 months. That's been, another thing I'm going to make everyone happy, man, or for you guys to stay happy. Always have something to look forward to. I always book my trips 3-4 months ahead so I can work really hard for 3 months, but I know there's something like an award for me waiting. You know what I mean? Yeah. So my trips are always my awards. Like, I'm like, yeah, now I'm going to be happy because I know there's something waiting for me. You know what I mean? That always brings happiness for me too. Since last year was a little tougher, with the whole travels and stuff, I've been vaccinated, so I'm actually able to travel now. I've already booked 2 trips. So I'm going to be traveling after I finish my couple of projects that I got going on. And we'll see what happens, man. I have a lot of investments going on with real estate and different things. If they all hit, I should be all right. If they don't, I'm going to be rapping for food on the highway. So I'm going to go either or, man.
My fingers are crossed for you, Prynce P. I love that.
I don't want to be outside, man.
Oh, yeah. Our vaccines haven't rolled out yet. So they're like next week, I think. So I'm glad to hear that you've got it and you haven't turned into a ape or something.
I twitch from time to time, but I'm all right.
Oh, I love that right there, man. Now, you seem like a bit of a character. You are on an Australian program. Do you have any good accents in you? Can you do a Aussie accent, maybe?
I wish, man. I love y'all's accents. I would love to travel there one day, but man, y'all, I can't do that, man. The only accent I go with, man. The funny thing is, even though I'm from Texas, everyone thinks that I'm from the East Coast. Like, because I guess my tone of voice, I have a deep voice, and the way I speak kind of fast. Texans, we speak very slow, but in the East Coast, the way they talk, like, yo, what's good, son? What's good? So the way they talk, and just I used to live in DC, so I kind of picked up the accent from the East Coast and I brought it back, and everyone just thinks I'm from the East Coast, man. And I just signed to an agency actually, and one thing they asked me is like, can you throw in the accent? I'm like, dude, my accent suck, man. I can't come up with it. I said, the only thing I can do is probably like a New Yorker, man. That's all I have, man. So unfortunately, man, I wish I had more accents, man. But I love y'all's accents.
There you go. I love that right there. All right, man. Right before we go, Poetic Records, is that like an independent thing? What's the go there? It seems very cool. You can check it out. People watching, listening, poetic.com. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, man, it's 100% independent. I don't want to sign with anyone. I don't want to be tied down to anything. I want to own my own masters and everything myself. And Pohectic stands for poetry that's hectic. I mean, we came up with that in 2000. So it's our music, man. It's not about I have money, I have gold, I have this, I have that, because that's just not me, man. I don't like to promote that to people, Our music is more about talking about real life events and what's going on, and hopefully we can shed some light and make a difference. That's my entire purpose for music, man. I didn't get into music for money. I didn't get into music for fame. Thank God a lot of it worked out, but that's not my whole purpose, man. My whole purpose of music is do something that's going to be a positive impact. So when I'm gone, when I'm in my grave, they'd be like, you know what, this guy did something in his lifetime for people.
Yeah, you're definitely leaving your mark on the world. Well, if you're listening and checking this one out or watching, be sure to hear everything you need to know is on that website, pohectic.com. Instagram, Prynce P, the great. That's Prince with a Y in there as well. Thank you so much.
I couldn't spell, so I spelled it with a Y.
No, I like it, man. I like it. Makes you stand out. Be sure to check the man out, and thank you so much for taking some time out, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Y'all be safe out there, man.
This has been another presentation from the Grey Wolf Entertainment Network, greywolfentertainment.net.